Hello! Hi! Welcome once again to M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well let's learn English together. And welcome to this, the first day of December. Christmas is coming, the geese are getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, then a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you. Yes, it's true, people. It's true. Well, in fact, I don't know if it's true, but I think it is. So, yes, I'm pretty sure about that information. I know, for example, that Christmas is coming. Everyone knows that. Since the beginning of October, the shops have been full of Christmas stuff, chocolate, Santas and things like that. And with every day which passes, there are more and more messages to tell you that Christmas is coming. Okay, but this isn't very new news, is it? No. Honestly, we all know and we all knew that Christmas was coming. It comes every year, so as soon as we finished Christmas, we all know that the next one is already on its way. Okay, so not a big surprise really. All right, what about the rest of that little song? Well, the geese are getting fat. I guess that could be true. Although it's an interesting use of the present continuous, isn't it? I mean, it makes perfect sense. We're using the present continuous to talk about something which is happening now or around now at the moment. Okay, perfect use of the present continuous, but, well, the geese are getting fat. That's a little bit misleading, isn't it? It's not something that the geese are doing. I mean, the geese aren't sitting at home saying things like, I can't be bothered to go to the gym. I'm going to order a pizza instead. The geese haven't decided that they want to put on weight. No. The farmer has decided that he wants them to put on weight. There's a verb, to fatten up. And that's what's happening to the geese. They're being fattened up. The farmer is giving them more and more pizza, chocolate biscuits, fizzy drinks, all the stuff that makes people fat, because this way he can sell the geese for more money. Nobody's going to buy a skinny goose, are they? No. When you buy a goose, you know that there will be lots of fat on the bird, and you can collect this fat when the goose is cooking, and then use it when you're cooking potatoes or something like that. You can also put the goose fat into the fridge and then spread it on bread too. So, Christmas is coming. We know that. The geese are getting fat. Well, okay, but that's because the farmer is giving them extra pizza for dinner. It's not because the geese have decided that they look better when they're fatter. And now the next line. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. Now, this line tells us a lot of information, doesn't it? This line about asking for money tells us what sort of song this is. Yes, people sing this song in the street to get money for Christmas. Now, I'm not sure if they sing it now, but years ago, many years ago, not as long ago as the dinosaurs, but before any of us were born, young children used to stand in the street and sing this song, trying to encourage people to give them money. So, please put a penny in the old man's hat. Well, when I lived in the UK, the second smallest coin was the penny. But even then, many years ago, you couldn't buy much with a penny. at the local newsagents and sweet shop you could buy some small sweets, and these sweets were a penny each. But this shows how old this song is. This song comes from a time when a penny was a lot of money. Not enough to buy a car or a mobile phone, but then hundreds of years ago, people didn't have cars or mobile phones. No. At the time when a penny was a lot of money, people travelled by horse or donkey, like this group of people outside Buckingham Palace in London. And if you wanted to speak to someone far away, you couldn't use a mobile phone. Nobody had invented them. No, back in the old days, you had to use a megaphone like this to make long-distance calls, like this man who's calling his wife to tell her that he's going to be slightly late for dinner. But, as you can see, there were problems with communication in those days too. Look, our friend with the megaphone's got the wrong number. Oh, never mind. I expect that this man will try and phone his wife Winifred later on. So, as you can see, this song must have been sung a long time ago. Okay, now please put a penny in the old man's hat. Well, what about that line? I know, you all know, don't you? This song was a song which children sang in the street to encourage people walking by, pedestrians, to give them some money. And where are they going to collect the money? That's right. This was a long time ago. They didn't have a Tupperware box to collect money in, so they improvised. They looked in the house, upstairs and downstairs, looking for something they could use to keep money in. And what did they find? Yes, that's right. They found their grandfather's hat. A perfect thing to hold money. Yes, that looks perfect. A perfect thing for holding money. Better than a bank. Well, more portable than a bank. Okay, so a couple of kids out in the street with their grandfather's hat, singing a song to try and raise money. Okay, now it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but back then, back in history, 1 penny was worth more than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I could buy a sweet for 1p, but hundreds of years ago, you could probably buy, I don't know, 3 or 4 sweets. Maybe, if there was a sale on, you could buy a whole box of sweets. Okay, next line. Aha! We're starting to see the problem. These kids have set their sights too high. They thought that a penny was a good target, but now they're starting to think that they're asking for too much. So now the time has come to drop their prices. Yes, they're now saying that if you haven't got a penny, then a halfpenny will do. What's a halfpenny when it's at home? Well, look at the way that we write it. All right, well, we can see the word penny, can't we? Yes, and the word begins with H-A. Okay. Now, what about after the A? What have we got there? Yes, that's right. It's an apostrophe. And one of the uses of an apostrophe is to show that some letters of a word or some numbers are missing. So when we write 99 to mean 1999, we have to put an apostrophe at the front to show that the 19 is missing. You sometimes hear people talking about what a fun summer they had in '76 or how the music of '88 was the best music ever. And when they do that, we understand that they mean 1976 and 1988. On TV, I've heard people talk about what happened in '08 or in '09, for example. But it doesn't sound correct when we try to do the same thing with later years. It sounds strange to say 11 or 15. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But enough about that now. Now it's time to think about a sexier idea. Think about a type of music that teenagers liked. really dangerous music. Rock and roll music, which threatened authority by making teenagers dance like this. Well, that is pretty dangerous dancing, I think you'll agree. Now, who knows what sort of music that was? Yes, of course, you all do. You're all up to speed on your musical knowledge. That music was rock and roll music. And we often see rock and roll written as rock and roll. 2 apostrophes. One to show that the A has been removed from the front of the word, and one to show that the D has been removed from the end of the word. And why do people say rock and roll instead of rock and roll? Why, that's easy. People say rock and roll because it's way cooler to say it that way, Daddy-o. Yes, that's right. Cool people like this couple say rock and roll. Cool. And let's face it, we'd all like to be as cool as that couple, wouldn't we? Okay, and on we go. So, the way we can see the word written, the apostrophe shows us that there are letters missing. And logically, what do you think those letters are? Yes, that's right. The word is actually spelt halfpenny. It's worth half as much as a penny. But for reasons that everyone has forgotten, people thought it was easier to drop those 2 letters and pronounce the word as if they weren't there. Even if you see the word written with the L and the F, the pronunciation of the word is the same. We don't say halfpenny, we say halfpenny. So, now the kids in the street are trying to encourage people to give money. Any money. Now it's not important for people to only give money if they were giving a penny. Now the kids will take halfpennies too. And what if you don't have any money? What happens then? Well, that's all right too. These are nice kids. They understand that you're coming back from the supermarket. They understand that you spent all of your money on silly things like food and Christmas presents. And so they're now telling you, hey, relax. It's all right. It's cool. We're not going to beat you to death if you don't give us any money. We're nice. We're not aggressive beggars. We're nice people. If you don't have any money to give us, or if you don't want to give us any money, then we still like you and have a Merry Christmas. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Finally, some people asking for money in the street, but in a nice way, singing a nice song. Not like the people you normally have asking for money in the street, the aggressive beggars, people who scare you into giving them cash. No, these children are nice children, singing a happy song to try and encourage you to give them your hard-earned cash. And if you don't, then that's not a problem either. Great. Okay, so what now? Oh, pennies and halfpennies. We're out of time. Yes, my friends, we've come to the end of the lesson, and it's time for us to leave you for the day. Oh well, never mind. We all still have our eyebrows, don't we? Yes! And that's the main thing. Spilt milk. Damp cloth. Tears? No way. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow. Until then, have fun and enjoy yourselves. And if you need more English, www.m5tv.hu. See you all later. Bye.